principle of purpose? What's the principle of purpose? The purpose of a thing is in the mind of the creator of the thing. Write that down. The purpose of a thing is in the mind of the creator of the thing. One of the great teachers who went on, Dr. Miles Monroe, said that, and that's an awesome principle. The purpose of a thing is in the mind of the creator of a thing. In other words, your purpose can only be told to you by God. And anytime you don't understand your purpose, then abuse is abnormal. We know we live in a day and age right now where domestic violence is a big thing. In other words, women and men are being physically abused, but not only women and men are being physically abused. Some of us are really being abused because we don't know our purpose. In other words, we're settling for less. We don't know who we are, and as a result of us not knowing who we are, we have this identity crisis, and then we don't know our purpose. So as a result of us not knowing our purpose, we're not operating in our purpose. And when you don't operate in your purpose, you don't receive all that God has for you. And only God can tell you your purpose. Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Put that up there for me. Jeremiah chapter 1, verse number 5. This is a prayer that you should constantly be praying. If you don't know your purpose yet, this is one of those prayers that you should constantly be praying. And when you start to pray this, I'm telling you, you're going to see everything shift in your life. Why? Because the Bible says that there's a time and a season for everything under the sun. There's a time and a season. To every purpose, there is a time and a season. And some people are saying, when am I going to come into my season? When is it going to be my season? I can tell you when your season is going to come when you discover your purpose. When you begin to function your purpose, how many know your season comes? You know, you see why your pastor is successful in the things that he does? Why? Because he's entered into his purpose. And you're looking at sometimes saying, man, I wish I could. I'm telling you, begin to pray, God, what's my purpose? Why am I here? Why am I here? What did you place on the inside of me that you want me to release in the earth? Because we said the principle of purpose is what? Read it back to me. The purpose of a thing, where? Is in the mind, what? Of the creator of the thing. In other words, God can tell you, only God can tell you what your purpose is. Jeremiah chapter 1, verse number 5. Let's read this. Jeremiah 1, 5. Can we get it up there? Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before, ready? Read. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, or set thee apart, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Notice what God says. Long before you ever showed up on the planet, I'd already put something in you. I knew you, and before you came out of the womb, I had already separated you. I ordained you to a prophet unto the nations. So guess what? That means before you ever got here, God already knew what he called you to do. He already knew the purpose that he had for your life. And it's about time that you know it, because when you begin to function in that purpose, everything that you need begins to come into your life. And here's the other thing, that your purpose and your giftings are tied together. Write that down. Your purpose and your gifts are tied together. In other words, God places divine gift on the inside of every one of us. And that gift is something awesome, because you don't buy a gift. You can't go to school and get a gift. The gift is just automatically in you. If I was to say Steph Curry right now, how many know that brother got a gift? If anybody saw the game last night, right? If I was to say Bill Gates right now, if I was to say Tiger Woods, if I was to say Usain Bolt, if I was to say Drake or Beyonce, you would automatically identify with them, not because of them, but because of their gifting. Amen. Am I helping anybody today? Amen. That's the law of divine gift. And that's why the cemetery is the richest place in the earth. Why? Because there's so many people who are in the cemetery right now who died. They never wrote their books. They never published their songs. They never started that business. They never found the cure to that cancer or whatever. I mean, God put things on the inside of them and it never came out of them. And so that's why the cemetery is the richest place. But you have a divine gift. Tell your neighbor, I have a divine gift.